Hey, what's going on? I'm going to show you exactly how to become the man you know deep down that you want to be by following these four simple pillars. And the goal of this is to help you see how you can become this man without having to stress about it taking too much time out of your day, because I know you're super busy, without worrying about what kind of plan do I have to follow, and most importantly, without having to go through this on your own. This is exactly the process that I followed when it came to me wanting to transform and better myself, and I just want to simply show you how to do that. Watch this video all the way through. Do me that one favor, because at the end of this video, you are going to understand how to look and feel your best, how to be more confident, how to live your life with more purpose, focus, and intention, and really become this man that you know deep down you really want to be. All right. Now, quick introduction just to this video. I really want to say this so I don't waste any of your time, because that's not what I want to do. If you are not somebody who is ready to change, you're just tired of making excuses, and if you're not somebody who is ready to do what it takes to go through this process or go through this transition in your life, and you're just honestly okay with where you're at, I want you to click off this video, because I don't want to waste any of your time. And if you're not there, that is okay. What I would want you to do is go consume a little bit more of my content. You can look on my Instagram, you can look on my YouTube. That content will help you get to the place where you need to be. And then when you get to that point, come back, watch the rest of this video, because it'll make so much more sense for you and where you're at. Because through this process, I'm going to help the guys who are ready. If that's you, great. If it's not, that's okay. But I'm going to help the guys who are ready really instill some purpose in your life, really instill some resilience in your life, and really help you figure out how can I incorporate a little bit more faith in my relationship with God, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, to help bring back what I know deep down I want to be and how I want to be living. All right. So I just wanted to be super clear on that, because I know if you can get to that point, the rest of this video is going to make so much more sense for you, and it's going to be a lot more valuable to you. All right. Now, you're not, let's just call out the monkey in the room. You're not where you want to be because you have gone through this process alone. Okay. You're not where you want to be because you don't know what plan to follow. You see this on Instagram or on YouTube, and then you see another piece of content that goes against that. And then you're just always in this state of confusion. So when you're overwhelmed with information and data, you just do nothing. That's what we do as humans. It's just like, let's not do anything because it's just too overwhelming right now. Okay. The other reason is you've had a poor mindset. This whole time you've known deep down you want to change. You also have a voice that has been a little bit louder telling you you're not ready, you're not able, you're not capable, you can't do it. It's going to be too hard. It's going to be too challenging. And until you get your mindset right, those other two things were important. But honestly, until you really get your mindset right, you're going to forever struggle. And my goal is to help you, even through this video, is to help you get your mindset right. I know for a fact, if you watch the whole video, you're going to get so much valuable, tangible, easily digestible information that you will be able to leave this video, go take action right away, and start to see changes in your life. And one of the last ones, just to throw it on there, is you don't have community. That's why you've been stuck. You've been trying to, I said it earlier, trying to go through it on your own. But even if you're not trying to go through it on your own in a very specific way, you don't have the right people around you who are also wanting to elevate and wanting to get a little bit better. And that's okay. And this video is going to help you realize the importance of that. So the way I go through it is probably different than what you're going to hear. And the first thing here on the screen, if you haven't read it yet, is simplicity. That is my main focus. I've been coaching for over a decade. I've been in the health and fitness industry for over a decade. And I'm telling you right now, it is not very challenging to look better, to feel better, and to live the life that you want to live. What's challenging is the execution of doing the things that you know you need to be doing, because we're distracted. We don't have accountability. We don't know really what we're doing. We don't really know as men who we are and where we want to go with our life. But if we can figure those things out, and through this video, I feel very confident that you will. If you can figure those things out, the rest is easy. It's just execution. It's just consistency. So the foundation of what I do and the foundation of these pillars is really simplicity. That's number one. Number two, finding your deep purpose. Okay, you are not put on this earth to be average. You are not put on this earth to just go through the motions, to wake up, go to work hard, come home, have some dinner. If you're a dad, play with your kids, if you have the energy to, and then go to bed and do it all over again. But that is a cycle a lot of us get stuck in. You were here for a more specific reason. And I'm going to help you figure out and discover what that deep purpose is. Because once you figure that out, it's crazy how quickly you will become just on fire, not only to better yourself, but for life in general. Your family needs you to be that way. Your kids need you to be that way. Your work life will be so much better when you are that way. And I'm going to help you figure that out. And then the last one, community. I'm big on community. Your vibe attracts your tribe. All right. That's why you're here. Something you've seen from my content made you want to come here. Something about my vibe and my energy, which is purposeful and intentional. Because what you see is what you get. All right. And if you act the way you want to act and you live the way you want to live and you are authentic and you're genuine to who you are and what you want, you will slowly start to see, man, I'm really starting to attract those similar people, and I'm actually starting to repel people who aren't that way. Once you create that sense of community of the people who are similar to you in the way they think and the way they go about life and how they're positive and all of those things, that sense of community is a game changer for you, for your accountability, and ultimately the ceiling to which your potential is. All right. So it's very, very simple process. And I'm telling you, you're probably thinking, even I've thought this way too, as I've gone through it. I was like, man, is it really just these three steps? Is it really just these three concepts? If I can figure these out and then follow these four pillars, is it really this easy? You're probably thinking there's no way. And I'm telling you, I've thought that way. People I work with have thought that way. But once you go through this process, you have focus, you have intention, you have a plan to follow, and you have community, you've shifted your mindset, you can accomplish anything. I'm not trying to be too cheesy, even if it does sound like I am, but I'm telling you, it is so true. And I want you to be the man that you want to be. So if you're feeling that way, don't feel bad, because most people do, and that's okay. All right, a little bit about me. Before I dive into these pillars, I want to give you a little information about me. Like I said earlier, I've been in the health and fitness industry for over 10 years, which is crazy to even think about. I've been a coach, I've worked front desk, I've been a manager, general manager, I've been a head coach, and I've owned a gym. Personal trainer, athletes, general population. Over 10 years, I've done a little bit of everything. So when it comes to this process, I can promise you, I know exactly what I'm talking about. And I want to help save you from 10 years or more of struggle and trying to figure it out, and really condense it to these four pillars. All right. I'm a divorced dad. I have three kids. They are my complete world. I love them with everything that I have. And honestly, a big reason why I've shifted and transformed my life is because of them. It's for me, but it's also for them. I want to be the best dad that I can be. And living the way I used to live, confused, frustrated, anxious, alcohol being heavily involved, living for myself, living that way was not the way I wanted to show up for myself, but honestly for my kids. And I knew if they were going to have a better life, I needed to live a better life to set the example for them of what's possible. And hopefully you can relate to that to one extent or another. And lastly, a little bit about me is my faith is a big part of who I am. I will never ever push faith on anybody, a relationship with God on anybody, because I believe that is between you and God, your creator, whatever it is you believe in. But what I will do, and what I do feel compelled to do, is just talk about my experience. Okay. And I know my experience when it comes to my faith in God has is a big reason why I am where I'm at today. I grew up a Christian, grew up going to church, going on mission trips, all those things. But in my 20s, I decided to step away and do my own thing. Thought it was good, thought it was fun, and I had some great times for sure. But when I got towards the end of my 30s, I'm 30, in my 20s, I'm 33 now. When I got towards the end of my 20s, I just realized I can't keep doing this. I was exhausted, I was tired, and honestly, I was just on a hamster wheel. I wasn't really going anywhere, and that is the honest truth. So I had a moment at the beginning of this year. If you're watching it, I'm recording this in 2024 of September, but I had a moment at the beginning of this year where I honestly just surrendered my life to the Lord. I just said, God, I'm tired of doing this on my own. I'm not getting anywhere. And if I keep going down this path, I don't know where I'll end up. I don't want to go that way and find out. I would rather just commit to you and just say, here I am, whatever you want to do, I want you to do it. And ever since that simple concept happened in April of this year, my life's been completely changed for the better. It's still been hard and challenging at times, but man, when you know God's on your side and you've put your whole trust and faith in Him, it's been amazing. So through this process, I want to encourage you to investigate that. I don't judge you if you're not a Christian. I don't judge you if you don't follow Jesus. I don't do that at all. I still love you, and I genuinely mean that. But I would encourage you to just investigate what that means for you. And I think in a lot of ways we are way more alike than we are different when it comes to not only our faith, but just a lot of these aspects that I'm talking about. All right, let's get into these pillars real quick. All right. Um, I have 4 pillars, and I like I said earlier, if you're still watching this video, that means you're really curious and you want to change your life, which I love, and I'm so thankful that you're here. I do believe through these pillars, if you apply them right after this video, your life will change. You don't need to do anything else. You need to apply these pillars, and I know your life can change. All right, and that's what I want for you. Let's go through 2 at a time. I don't know about you guys, but I like things condensed. So I'm going to give you little bits at a time so you can easily digest it, because that's how I would want it, if I'm being completely honest. All right. So number 1, your mindset. Okay. Your mindset completely, 100%, I am convinced it shapes your reality. If you think it, then you're going to speak it. If you speak it, then you're going to take action on it. If you take action on it consistently, it becomes your reality. That's just how things work. So imagine what your mindset has been like up until this point. It's probably been negative. It's probably been in lack. It's probably been anxious or scared or not willing to take risks or take chances. And look where you're at. Not where you want to be. The beautiful part about that is that's okay. That means you're where you're at because a big part of your mindset has, in a lack of better terms, manifested this. So if you don't like where you're at, why not try the opposite? Why not try to say, you know what, I'm gonna start to think more positively. I'm gonna start to visualize myself more successful in my relationships, have a better relationship with God. I'm gonna be a better dad. I visualize myself being more successful in my career, being in better shape, and being confident that you can achieve that. If you can shift your mindset, honestly, if you just start to do this, your life could change. You can shift your mindset. I do believe you can shift and change your whole life. So that's number 1. I want to help you understand that you need to start just thinking differently, going about your day differently, more optimistically, more positively. Just try that. And I know you'll see and start to feel a big difference. Pillar number 2, your schedule. Okay, what does your schedule look like right now? If you're in a place where you're struggling and you're not where you want to be, you're not who you want to be, it's probably because you are going through the motions of like the necessities of your day, which is again, going to bed, waking up, going to work, and then eating dinner and going to bed again, right? But I guarantee you there's no time in your day to do any kind of personal development. Whether that means reading a book, whether that means exercising, whether it means going to the gym, meditating, praying, journaling, there's probably no sense of personal development. So what I would encourage you to do next after you shifted your mindset is to look at your schedule. Figure out, what does my schedule look like? What does my day-to-day look like? And how can I start to incorporate more things for my personal development? Okay. I wrote this down here. Mastering your schedule means taking control of your time, aligning daily actions with your goals, and creating space for what truly matters. Because let me tell you right now, you know deep down what really matters. You know deep down what really, really, really matters. And when you're on this journey of growth, you have to really lean into the things that matter the most so you can get to the place that you want to go. All right? So those are the first 2 pillars, mindset and schedule. Okay? Mindset and schedule. Let's go into this next part right here. Okay. Protocol and a tribe. Okay. Protocol and a tribe. Now, inside of the Brotherhood group, which is my coaching program, which I'll talk about here in a second, but inside of that, we call our daily tasks the protocol. Because again, I'm a big believer, as long as you execute, And the things you need to do daily are in line with who you want to become, and you execute those things. If you follow what we say is if we follow the protocol, you'll get to where you want to get to. Okay? A protocol, another word for it could be system, it could be a plan, it could be a program, anything. It's something that is in alignment with who you want to get to, who you want to become, and where you want to get to in your life. And right now, you're not where you want to be because you're not following anything. Anything that has to do with your personal development, you're not following it. You are simply going through the motions. And so, right now, again, do these things and your life will change. Right now, think about who I want to become. Who is it? Do I want to be in better shape? Let's just use a very simple example. If I want to be in better shape and I'm not exercising, I should probably add to my day, to my protocol, exercise, whether that means in the gym, at your home, with bodyweight stuff, or just outside walking more. And if you insert that into your schedule, like we just talked about, and follow that protocol of I need to go to the gym or exercise at home or go on more walks, you will, and you're consistent with that, you will get in better shape. All right. And I know in your head, you're probably thinking, like, oh my gosh, when you say it like that and you break it down like that, it sounds so much easier. It sounds very simple, which is what we talked about earlier. I'm telling you guys, it is simple. The hard part is you executing. And I'm going to get to that in this next one, and that is your tribe. Okay. A lot of us don't execute consistently because we don't have a tribe of people, of like-minded men who are on a very similar mission than we are, who will hold us accountable, who will hold us to the standard that we want to be living by. I know you've heard the saying of you are the average of the 5 people that you hang out with. Well, take a look at the people you spend time with. Take a look at the people at work you are more drawn to. Take a look at your group of friends. Do you have the same group of friends from high school? And are they all just kind of weirdly complaining just like you are and not where they want to be, just like you are, maybe overweight, maybe out of shape, maybe not the man, the husband, the father, the boyfriend, the fiance that they want to be? Isn't that crazy how everybody's like that in your circle? I guarantee you, if you look at a group of successful people who are in shape, healthy, fit, like they all prioritize the same things. And one does it because the others do it. And the others do it because the one does it, and vice versa. So if you don't have a tribe, and you might be asking yourself, well, Steph, how do I find the tribe that's right for me? Number one, I don't know how many I have, but let's just start here. You are not in the tribe you should be in because you are living your life in accordance to who they are, not in accordance to who you are. So the first piece of advice on that is be more authentic. Be more you. Pursue the things you want. Pursue the lifestyle you want. Because until you do that, you're going to be sucked in to the group of friends that you have because you're living your life based on what's alignment with them and how they act and how they live. And sometimes this part is one of the hardest things to do because it requires you to step away or distance yourself to some extent of the people that you know currently are the closest to you. But from experience, you will grow exponentially when you become your most authentic version of yourself. When you start to communicate and live out a life based on what you want for you, yourself, your health, your business, your money, your finance, your family, your kids. When you start to live that way, like I said earlier, you start to repel the people who don't value those things, and then you start to attract the people or your tribe who do value those things. And I've seen that firsthand. And a lot of all the guys in my group, we're all like-minded. We all prioritize the same things. We all want to be better mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And I do believe that group would not exist if it wasn't for God, number one, but if it wasn't for me being bold enough to live out the life that I truly want. And I'm slowly starting to attract those same men. So same thing for you. If you want a different circle, if you want to surround yourself with people who are like-minded, you have to first and foremost put yourself out there in a way that is true and authentic to you. So if you do these things, these 4 things, I know your life can change. I know you can start to shift and just honestly just change the trajectory of not only your life, but of your family's life and of your kids' life. And I tied this in at the end because it's very close to me and it's important to me. But it's a Bible verse and it's out of Mark. It's Mark 8, verse 36. Mark chapter 8, verse 36. And it says this: what good is it what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world and yet lose his soul? This was me for so long. I was so focused on gaining everything the world had to offer. Success, attention, popularity, a successful gym. Like, that's what I wanted. And that was not for anybody else but for me. It was for my own selfish wants, needs, and desires, and comforts, and egos, and pride. And as I read this verse, it was a situation where I was like, those things did nothing because I lost myself. I didn't know who I was. I wasn't going the direction I wanted to go. So I made a decision to shift that and to focus on, man, what does God want for me? How can my life change if I just make God the center and the focus of it? Like, I don't, if me gaining all of these things in the world means that I lose my soul, I lose my purpose, I lose my spirit, I lose my joy, I don't want them. And this was a hard part to get to. And this was where a lot of friendships and relationships changed. But man, looking back now, while it was hard, I'm glad it happened. Because I know I'm on the path that God wants me to be on, leading men, coaching men, and helping men realign their faith, get in touch with who God is to them personally, and then help them become mentally strong and physically fit through that process. So if you are someone, if you're a male, if you're a guy in your 30s and in your 40s, very specifically, because I'm 33 and I know I can relate to you guys the most. If you are that guy and this stuff has resonated with you and you want to learn more about this group that I talked about, as you guys see right here, the brotherhood that I'm building and I'm creating, if you want to learn more about that, I just want to encourage you to click the link. Let me be very straightforward with you. You clicking the link is not you signing up for anything. You're not committed to anything. All it is me and you are going to jump on a call. You're going to be talking to me, and we're going to see where you're at. We're going to figure out what struggles you keep running into, and we're going to come up with a plan that'll fit you the best for you to become who you want to be. And if this brotherhood group that I have is a good fit for you, and if it's a good fit for me, because I am very particular about who gets into the group, then we'll talk about that process. And if it's not, the least that you'll walk away with is a lot of value and a plan on what you can start doing today to get to make the progress you want to make. Because at the end of the day, whether you join the brotherhood group, whether you watch this video, or we get on a phone call, as long as you get better after you are done with any of those things, I'm happy. So, and if you're not any of those, if you're not a guy, if you're not in your 30s or 40s, if you're close to there, that's fine. But if you just don't vibe with what's going on right now and you just want to keep investigating, what I would encourage you to do is just check out more of my content, because I talk about a lot of this stuff consistently because I know this stuff works. Check out more content, and then after that, once you're at a place where you're like, man, I'm ready to do this with Steph, I'm ready to join the brotherhood, I'm ready to see if this is a good fit, then I want you to come back and click the link. And this isn't for everybody, and that's okay. I don't want it to be for everybody. I want it to be for the man who's ready. I want it to be for the man who's committed, who's tired of the excuses, who's tired of going through what he's going through, and who just wants to change, who's ready to commit to it. And if that's you, click the link. If that's not you, that's okay. I really, really hope and pray this video brought you so much value that you go out and change your life. You change the trajectory of your life, your family's life, and your kids' life from this video. I genuinely mean that. So right now, as I wrap it up, you are one of two places. Okay? You can either continue to do what you've been doing and get what you've been getting. Cliche, I know, but it's true. Or you can take a leap of faith and do something different. Okay, if you're still here, you're here for a reason. And I would encourage you, that leap of faith is you clicking the link and jumping on a call with me and just seeing. And imagine what that would do for you. Imagine you click the link and everything works out and it's a good fit and we're good to go. And this is something you realize you want and it sounds great, and then you join. It's a 4-month program. So 4 months from now, imagine where you will be. Imagine you looking back and saying, man, I'm so glad I watched that video. I'm so glad I was at a point to where I was ready. I'm so glad I clicked that link because now my life is different. Now my kid's life is different. Now my future is going to be different than anything I thought it would be. You can experience that, but you have to get to the point to where you're ready for that. And if you are ready, click the link below. So I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next video.